Hello, welcome to the channel. Today we're battling the Hot 27 PKO. This is going to be coverage of the final couple of tables. Are we good enough to win? Let's find out. 9 king suited. Not a great flop for us. We do have the backdoor clubs. We're going to continue here as with the big stack. We do get raised. We're happy just to let this one go. Ace 10 on the big blind. They're our biggest stack and they're under the gun, so we're just going to opt for a call. Got the flush draw here. We're going to check call. We could opt for a check raise here. Don't want to get too crazy this deep against the big stack though. We also pick up the gut shot. If we've got ace 10 here, we're expecting them to have kings, queens and jacks more in their range. Gonna call, see if we can pick up a club or a jack. We don't, so we're happy to check fold this. Ace 9 offsuit. Hopefully we can open this. Yeah, we get a call from the big blind. As we've got them covered, we're going to be playing quite aggressively. This board texture is not the best for us. Ace king, great hand. See what we can get. No. 10-8. Let's go for a limp, see if we can get a flop. We'd expect them to raise a lot of kings and Broadway cards, so good thing to do in this situation is just to lead out with a small bet. Our range is quite polarized here. We can have another stab and hope for, unless they have a king or a jack there, it's hard for them to call. Hoping someone re-raises him and we see a knockout. Less people in this tournament, the better. So we are on a soft bubble. It's probably why they're tanking. If they're thinking about calling, they might be tanking just to see if they can get the ladder. Queens versus aces, they get unlucky there, unlucky hustle. We're going to come in with an open here and hopefully just pick up the blinds. Going to raise this one. We do mix this with some limps, small blind versus big blind. Monotone board, we're going to do a lot of betting on these kind of boards with small bet. If they don't have a heart, they don't have an ace for example, they're probably folding. We get a call, it's not another heart. We block 7-9. I'd expect them to raise us with an ace. So at this point, I think if we bet say half pot, we should take it down. Jacks, can't complain about that. Oh, do we 3-bet or do we 3-bet shove? I think we come in with a 3-bet, mostly because if we get a shove from just winner behind us and some calls from the other stacks, we're likely going to be up against bigger pairs than what we've got. Oh, we get shoved on. This puts us in a tough spot. I think we let this go. We win more by folding this and trying to get down to a final table than we do trying to double up at this point. Continue on this texture quite a lot. The flush draw there. We need a small bet on a paired board. We take it down. It's a good outcome. All in a call. Jack hits. Good for us. 13 players left now. Oh, sorry, 12 players left. So a few people off a final table. Gonna have a look at this flop. It's bad. I was hoping for some low cards and some hearts. We didn't get either. Jack queen offsuit. Tough spot with the big stack behind us. I think we do come in for a raise here because we don't really want to shove here just in case both of these get in behind us and then we're going to be in trouble. We've been moved table to where we're the shortest stack, which is a bit unfortunate, especially in a bounty tournament. 9 ace. Kind of in an awkward spot here. We could opt to call this, but we don't want to get raised from behind. Also, we're out of position. I think we just let it go on a bubble. Queen jack, we're going to come in with a raise here and hope that it goes through. We don't want to get 3-bet. We get a call from the big blind. This flop's good for our range. Usually we'd come in with a bigger bet here. I'm happy to go a little bit smaller and go half pot. I think it would still get the job done, especially when we're short stacked. I see a limp from our right. Raises some alarm bells there. People will either do it with trash or aces, tends to be. But we're currently at 8th with $58. 7th is $78, so a bit of a jump there. This folds down, we're going to call. Not the best flop in the world. There's not really much point in chasing this. We want to preserve our chips for a double up. Ace 3, if this folds to us, we're probably going to have to shove. We do get called by a lot of worse hands. We get a limp. We've seen him limp week before, so This almost pushes us to shove even more because this is just going to be dead money. We're also blocking him having aces. We get the disconnect from the big blind. I don't know if that's good or bad. Fold and a fold, that's good. Ace queen offsuit, we're good to put in a raise from under the gun. Good flop for us, top pair. We're also blocking the flush draw. Kind of looking just to get the chips in here. Improved to 2 pair, which isn't the best for us because now other queens that we were beating might fold and also the straight gets there. We're going to have to get it in though in case they were coming along with like ace jack or ace king. Queen 10 calls. It's a 2-tone board, so we want to protect our equity against the flush draws. They might call going for a bounty. They'd still have a good stack behind if they lose. The fact they haven't snapped probably means it's not straight, which is good for us. Jacks, we'll probably be looking to get this in now. If we run into a bigger hand, we're looking for the double up. Raise and call behind, that's good, puts more money in the pot for us. In it goes. If we were opening, we'd be tempted to raise there as a bluff. It's a good job we didn't with the big blind there pushing, but we haven't actually seen him play a hand at the final table yet, so he's obviously playing very tight. I'm expecting that he's probably got a good hand here. Valentine does call with a limp with 5 deuce suited. That is an interesting limp call there. It's obviously going for the bounty, but Jack 8 gets there. We see the knockout. Really unfortunate. Just after a double up, get ace king and get knocked out. It's pretty brutal. Now we're in an interesting spot because the biggest bounty is a shorter stack. We're going to start trying to leverage our stack a little bit. We're going to try and get some folds here. So there's a benefit of playing a little bit tighter is now we have that tighter reputation. We can probably get opens through and pick up more blinds. Shove from the short stack. Call from a big stack. Royal flush being blocked. Ace jack holds. So we are down to 6. We're now second of 6. It's not too bad, is it? Considering we haven't had any big all-ins. Big stack here is going to be really wide. We're happy to shove. Hopefully we take it down. If we get called, we can get called by worse. Bit of a higher variance spot though. Ace 5. We hit the jack. Does it hold? No spade? We hold. Happy days. We maintain second, but that gives us a chunk of lead over the other players. So now we can start to join in with bullying people. We're going to let this go. We don't really want to be shoved on by the big blind there. Ace 3 suited. The question is, do we just shove into these or go for a raise call? I think we go for a raise call. Make our raise size a little bit bigger. I think if we raise call, we get shoves from weaker hands than we do if we just shove and get called. We want to start putting pressure on these two to the left of us. We're now in quite a good position with the short stacks to our left. Kind of even with peace and love here. We kind of want to get just ahead so we can cover them for the bounty. If this folds to us, we're calling. We'll probably be behind, but he's got a $70 bounty. We're in for a flip. We hit the queen. We hit another queen. And we hold. I feel like the second queen is a bit of a mick take there. He's waiting for a good hand and just got unlucky. Flop 3 of a kind. We kind of want to defend this against the flush draw there. So we're definitely betting. We're good to bet small though. Get the fold. Ace 5. We just want to try and deny people here. Get the middle pair. There's also the flush draw out there. Pat out a small bet. Doesn't connect with our range crazy well. The flush draw does get there. Just going to check behind and hope to get a check down. We improved 3 of a kind. We don't really want to be trying to get them in here because they could have the flush. They could also have the straight. We're definitely calling though. They were bluffing and we caught them. Good times. King 9 coming for a raise. At this point we kind of want to be aggressive and try and isolate this player and pick up their bounty. Gonna continue here and just try and bully. Let's go for another half pot. Hope for the fold. So our range is quite wide here, so we could connect with the 6 and the 10. We do get the fold, which is good. Benefits of being a big stack is you can just keep firing. Ace 9, we'll be getting this in. We're really hoping to get this player in. We'll happily get it in against Peace and Love. And they've got quite a nice bounty. And if we lose to them, we'll still be on 40 blinds, which would put us in second. Great hand straight back from the break. 5-4 offsuit, practically premium. 6-8 when we're firing it at that 2 big blind stack with the bounty. This is practically premium as well. Peace and Love goes for the isolation. We're just going to get out of the way. It's not that big of a bounty, but it'll be nice to pick it up. We don't want to see a shove. We get a call, which is good. Do flop Forever Kind. Hino Good is going to bet quite liberally here. If he hits anything, he's going to want to bet to try and isolate. So we're just going to check and let him. We improved 4 of a kind. Got a lot of 10s. We're going to hang some more rope. He does check to us, which is a bit frustrating. Was hoping it was just going to fire something, or like an ace comes out and he's got an ace. We're just going to put in some stupid overbet here. We would get a call from pocket pairs, but other than that, obviously there's not much for him to call with. Queen 8, good for a raise. We get called. It's kind of board texture. We're going to range bet. Small bet. A lot of times we're just going to be ahead with a high card. Do you get a call? The pair of 9s does call. We can bet a bit more aggressively here though. The king's much better for our range. Although king high would probably call as well. We get raised, we're folding. Could have went a little bit smaller here, but we've put in enough so that we can push them all in. We're just going to give up here. He does have the king. We'll raise this. Partly because we just want to pick up the blinds to get back into first, so we've got these two covered. We get a call. We flop top pair. We're going to play this aggressively. We don't want to let them outdraw us. We do lose to bigger pocket pairs, but other than bigger pocket pairs or sets, there's not much we lose to there. A7 we're raising. Top pair, top kicker. We're just going to gun that and hope that he gets it in with a pair of 4s or something. Pocket 8. We're quite happy to get this in. We do have Peace and Love covered. We do get called off by some hands that are flipping. We do sometimes get called off by worse hands. We might call 7s or 6s. We get the fold, which is a good outcome. Ace 8 we're probably getting in. Yeah, we're going to shove that. We'll play this aggressively and try and defend our equity. We do lose to an 8. We could have like Queen 8, King 8, Jack 8. A little bit behind here. We're just going to hope for a check down. It's difficult for us to call a shove. We take it. Queens, great situation. We're hoping to get shipped on. Or that. It's a bit weird if we check here, because this is a flop that we can range bet. We want to put in enough that we can get it all in. Oh, we don't want to time out again. Almost timed out there. Got short. There's no range bet. Could mean it's 3 of a kind. We're going to lead here. We will get this in. Sometimes we lose to full houses, but I think we do get called by the 3 of a kind. He's not insta-snapped, so he's probably not got the full house. Get fold. We kind of want to just target Peace and Love at the moment. We don't want to get too crazy against the bigger stack. We're out of position. We check call, reevaluate on the turn. We reevaluate with top pair. They could have had the flush draw here. I think we check, try and induce a bluff and call. I think there's more value to that than there is leading and getting called. Hoping for a fold and then we can call. If he shoves, we're folding. If he calls, we're calling. Ace 10, ace jack. 10 comes out, no queen. Heads up. Heads up with a Pokerstars pro who has beat me heads up before. Ace king. Hoping for a 3-bet, we don't get it. Gonna be continuing with ace king. Queen 9. Gonna come in for a 3-bet. Got to try and mix some 3-bets in. Up to almost even. Gonna continue here. We will be mixing in some good hands with limps. Get away with the cheeky bluff. Bottom pair. See a cool, that could be ace high, it could be a pair of sevens, it could be a pair of tens, could be a straight draw. We're not getting anything worse to call, so. One heart, two back draws we're going to be calling. We don't improve. Now we do improve. Pretty good check here. They do check back the aces sometimes. They might check back the 10. Heads up though, less likely to check back the 10 I feel. We probably could have got away with a bet for thin value there, but we're worried about getting raised. We're quite a way behind now. Queens, that's just going to go in. We're hoping for a call. We don't get one. Pretty much all in or fold at this point. Queen 5, that can go in. We get called. Ace king. Bunch of hearts. And lose to peace and love, heads up, for the second time. So we make $399 in prizes and $145 in bounties. So about $545 total. There we are. Game over.